Morning traders, and this is your Aussie South African top 40 day trade setup for today. So we didn't quite get the continuation to the downside. We did get the break to the upside and then consolidation before falling off a bit. So the international markets did fall off quite sharply last night, but they did recover quite a bit. So I'm not sure that's going to impact today's trade. 10 cents is down 0.7% at the moment. A lot of political noise still, which is floating around, and there was also some negative data out of the US last night. So US markets were pretty much, they were slightly down, 0.2%. I think the Nasdaq was the bigger one, which is 0.4%, but nothing substantial. Okay, so I think the easiest thing to do at the moment is let's just get to the 30 minutes here. So you can see the closing range strategy is playing out again, which is good to hear. It played out a couple of days in a row, which means it's nearly time to start looking at it again. So what we do have here is a little bit of diversions. So if I look at this last fractal, we were on the negative 80, and I look where we are now, we are below the negative 80. This last bar here is obviously nonsense data. Or is it? I think it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So this last bar is nonsense data. So we did close pretty much on our low on the half hour. So the daily doesn't look very promising. Okay, so we've got a lot of selling off the 200 EMA here. Okay, so what is brewing though is still this shoulder, head, and potential shoulder. This level to the upside that we sold off, which is 52.32, that is still the line in the sand. Okay, and you can see this pin bar was a wise man number one, and the sellers came in on it. Okay, so just want to get down to a lower time frame here, so we can just see. So we had this structure with a big move on Wednesday. We then had the structure, and it was looking like the sellers were still trying to sell off the structure. If we extend it up, so you can see they were trying to sell off here, and okay, there it is there. Okay, so you can see they're trying to sell off here until it broke through, came back and tested, and that was your cue that this was a breakout to the upside. Okay, which is kind of rare, but I've seen it happen quite a bit this week. Okay, so same as the international markets, we had this early rally and then this consolidation and then the fall off. So at this stage, we have a trend change on the 12 minute. Okay, so we have a trend change. We've consolidated. We've broken below the alligator. We've tested the alligator. So my view at the moment is pretty much that's the current breakout. Okay, and then there's another breakout here, which is here. So I'd like to see some kind of a pullback and then this kind of price action on the lower time frames to trade this thing short again. Just be wary, because I see the rand dollar sitting at 15.05 at the moment, which doesn't bode well for shorts. Okay, although 10 cent is down, and the international markets are looking like they're forming a base. So just be wary of that. I think for me at this stage, the trend is looking to the downside, but it could also be a trap. Okay, so trap being that. Okay, and the last level here is down the bottom. Well, actually, I think we should pick that one up, and let's just double check on the hour to see if there's nothing there. So that'll be a Brooks gap here, and nothing, well, a little bit of interaction with this level, but nothing serious. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit confusing, especially on the hour. If you look at the last couple of bars on the awesome oscillator, this indicates confusion. Okay, so yes, it was moving down, but there's no conviction that it's moving down. So momentum is pretty much zero. So this kind of picture it just makes me wary. So most of the time when I see that kind of stuff, I'd rather stay out of it until I start seeing gradual red bars increasing or gradual green bars increasing. Okay, when it's hovering like this is just indicating indecision. And if you look at what's happened, we've broken through the alligator, we come back, and are we testing? Okay, the only thing that's going to change that is sort of a break above the last hour. And this is where the closing range strategy is going to come in. Okay, so there's the last hour of trading. Those are the two levels I'll be watching. Okay, so 49.6 or 49.700 to the downside and 49.940 to the upside. Okay, and what you can do is look for your Fibonacci structure on this. Range target takes us to the 30-minute 200 EMA, which also almost validates a head and shoulders. The validation of the head and shoulders will be above the high of yesterday. If we break above the high of yesterday, that's going to validate this inverse head and shoulders. Okay, so that's the first level, and a break below gives us a range target right here, which is a test of this breakout. Okay, and the last thing we want to have in here is that trend line. Okay, so as you can see, it could be a potential triangle, flat top triangle that is forming, which is a nice chunky trade, just by the way, because that would give me a move of 900 points, which takes me pretty much back to the previous highs. 1, 2, 3. So it's the high of the week. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's my view for today. I think the closing range strategy is the one to trade. If we do break the downside, I'm still inclined to believe I need to be looking for longs. Okay. I know we are testing the 200 EMA here on the daily, which is there. And we've broke through it and we're testing it. But I do expect at least another attempt at it, which may hold or may fail. And I just want to close off by going to the ichimoku, because you'll see on the daily we've had a crossover and we are bouncing off Kijinsen. We've got a twist in the cloud, which is indicating a trend change. Chiku span is through price, it's above price. So in other words, if I just look at Chiku span, once it's through Kijinsen here, there's a 1,000-point trade to the next level of resistance for it. Okay, so that's my view on the daily. And then if you look at the 4-hour, yes, we've got a trend change. Yes, we've got a twist. Yes, we are below price. And yes, we are bouncing off the cloud. So the 4-hour, a break below this level gives me a head and shoulders in the opposite direction. And that's going to give me my moves to the downside. And that's 49,100. Okay, so it is looking like the trend has changed, but we've got to get through this cloud before that happens. Cloud is obviously indicating that there is support to the left, and there's a lot of support here for it. Okay, and the last level to look at would be the hour. And the hour gives you a different picture, which is more in line with what I'm looking for on the short term today. And that is quite simply, we have a crossover here, okay, and nothing else indicating a long, just a crossover. But I would expect a move back up to the cloud, and just look where that takes us to. Flat bit of cloud there is going to offer support or resistance, sorry, and flat bit of cloud there will also offer some resistance, and that is the zone I'm looking for today. So I'm expecting a bit of a rally into this, maybe to form a double top. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Ultimately, I'm looking to break through this level here. Okay, there we go. That's my view for today. Very cautious to the short side, although it is still possible, but I would really want to see us break below the current low in order for me to be convinced that we've got shorts coming up. And just looking at the weekly, you can see we've got a potential change in the weekly, but look at the support here on the cloud for the weekly. Okay, so yeah, that's currently my view at the moment. I'm a little bit more biased to the upside than the downside right now, and I think that's where we'll trade this today. We'll pretty much just focus on the closing range strategy. So closing range strategy is take the last hour of trade from the half-hour chart of the previous day and use that as your structure. And if I do this, that's my structure. Just look where the range targets, the heights of the range targets are. Okay, right into this area here, and also down to this breakout test. So one of those two are going to play out. So whichever way it breaks, the direction it'll follow. Okay, so here we go. That's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.